What is sports management, and if you can please elaborate on this profession?
That can be your marketing, HR, the finance, operation, logistics, IT of a particular sport. That's very simply put across sports management. It needs to be there for any career that you want to get into.
Welcome, viewers, to No Herd Mentality Career Podcast. It is said that behind every winning team, there is a strategy. So, welcome to the playbook of sports management, a career that we are going to deep dive into. And joining us today is someone who's been at the heart of sports industry, shaping teams, negotiating deals, and driving strategy. A true leader in the sports of sports management, Mr. Amit Gupte. He's a chief operating officer at IISM, which is International Institute of Sports and Management, a leading name in the sports education industry, pioneer young minds in India and globally, the first sports management institute to be awarded with Rashtriya Khel Protsahan Puraskar. Please welcome Mr. Amit Gupte. Thank you so much for taking out your valuable time to
Thank
do
you.
this
Thank you for
podcast.
such a lovely introduction.
So, Mr. Gupte, I will start with a very fundamental question for our audience. What is sports management, and if you can please elaborate on this profession?
Okay, I'll give you a very simple reply. Everything that goes uh, behind getting the sports ready for athletes to play. That can be your marketing, HR, the finance, operation, logistics, IT, everything that is related behind the scenes of a particular sport. That's very simply put across sports management.
All right. And what kind of interest or aptitude a student must possess if they want to get into this profession and have a kind of a successful and a fulfilling run in this career?
See, for any career, let me put across for any career, you need to have passion. And especially when it is something like sports, which is, we have very few players and a lot of watchers in our country where people watch sports. Passion for sports is extremely important in if you want to pursue sports management. At my place, I have nearly 75 to 80% of my students who are or who were active sports players, so that they wish to continue in the field of sports, and that same zeal, the same passion continues.
Does it also mean that you need to attain a certain level in your sports endeavor to be able to, do justice to this career?
Not really. I am not a sports player. I never played sports, but I love sports. I follow sports. I watch cricket. I watch different sports. So I love sports. Whenever you're walking, when you're walking next to a cricket ground, you see a local match also happening, and you wait and watch. You know that you like that particular thing. You have an interest in that game. I think that's passion. That's simply passion.
All right.
See, India has seen a journey from sports loving country to a sports playing country. Okay, so there is a major shift which is happening right now,
Correct.
and that's something which is fueling up sports management right now.
Right. So, if someone wants to get into this career, what is the stream an ideal stream or the subject combinations that they can opt for or they should definitely keep during their 11th and 12th so that, they can be focused in getting into this career right from the beginning?
See, ideally, my answer is normally a general stream is fine, but if you really have to focus or you want it to be bit easier when you join sports management, ideally somebody from a commerce stream will find it bit easy because you do have commerce subjects starting from your first sem. So understanding the principles of commerce, the accounting principles, then becomes easy. It might sound difficult to a science student, but in our case, we have bridge course also. So we ensure that a science student is at par with the commerce student. So
And this is
ideally, a commerce stream would be easy, but no matter if they have taken science or arts, that's also fine.
Is commerce with maths necessary?
Not really, not that much necessary. You need to understand the basic of mathematics.
But if someone has opted for commerce without maths, can they still apply for
Yeah,
sports
they can, they
management?
can, they can apply.
All right. And how about humanities stream?
Yeah, they can. Of course, they can.
All
So
right.
I get students practically from all stream across. So the only restriction is for sports science. I know we're not talking about sports science, but sports science, we're being very technical. You need to understand the anatomy. Lots of biology related topics are there. So that's where you need to have a PCB background. But for management, anything is fine.
All right. The only prerequisite being the passion for sports.
Absolutely. See,
Okay.
as I said at the beginning of the question, let it not be only for sports. Passion needs to be there for any career that you want to get into.
Right, right. So, what kind of undergraduate degree options we have available for getting into a sports management field in India? What institutes are there? What kind of undergrad degrees are there? Or, are there any certificate courses that one can get into?
UGC has officially recognized the nomenclature of bachelor's in sports management, and that's a very important step that UGC has taken, which means that bachelor's in sports management, which is BSM, bachelor's in sports management, is now offered across various universities in the country. At ISM also, we offer bachelor's in sports management, and I think it's originally was a 4 year degree, but now as per NEP, it's a 3+1. That's 4 years degree course.
And what kind of subjects and curriculum gets covered in these 4 years?
You have various subjects. You have management. You have topics related to HR. You have topics related to law, administration, facility management. Quite a lot of everything that is related to current sports industry. That phase is covered out here. You cover broadcasting. Everything is covered out here.
So, what I'm trying to understand is the course designed for taking care of both the practical and theoretical aspects of the curriculum? Is it an amalgamation of two? Because we all understand the importance of having a hands-on, experiential
Yeah.
kind of an experience to make a student, industry ready or a job ready. So, do you
So
provide any internship opportunities as
yeah.
well?
I was coming to that. See, most of our course is practical oriented, or rather industry oriented. Let me rephrase that. When I say industry oriented, we have developed the curriculum in such a way that it aligns with the requirement of the industry. And from time to time, our students go out for volunteering and internship opportunities in the 6 SEMs that they are at IISM. So that gives them an equal exposure to both the theoretical and the practical requirement that is required to be a part of this industry. So, for example, let's say I'm talking to them about government initiatives in sports, or I'm talking to them about Kelo. IISM is the official knowledge partner of Khelo India for last since 2020, and we have been working with them for all editions of Khelo India. Youth, you have university, you have para, you have winter. Now there are more editions which are also coming. There are
And
beach
across
games
the sports, Khelo
uh,
India across the sports?
across the Olympic sports. They are everywhere. Our students get to work along with the Khelo India officials in developing the SOPs, in being state licensing officers. So they work at a level where they understand how these government initiatives work. So whatever they have learned, whatever they are exposed to theoretically, they are able to implement it practically. So that's the how the learning happens. And plus we also do get in a master class we get people from this big institutes. We get from NIS Patiala, we get from big corporate houses like Group M, where they come and tell them. And when I say master class, it's not just a 1 hour or 1.5 hour class. There are various sessions spread across week where the people come and talk to them about what is happening in the industry. So that gives them an additional exposure.
So you mentioned about this undergrad degree called, Bachelor's in Sports Management.
Yeah.
Is this the only undergrad degree available, recognized by UGC right now, or
For sports management, yes, there are variations which are available. There are people who are offering BBA sports. There is BA sports. There are various. But if I have to go with the official degree related to sports management, there is bachelor's in sports management and then bachelor's in sports science.
and do you have any entrance exam to get into BSM?
Yes, we have a sports management aptitude test, which works on quantitative analysis, data interpretation, logical reasoning, verbal ability, sports awareness, and related topics. Which there is a written examination. It's an online proctored examination, followed by essay, followed by a interview. The student has to clear all this combined. They have to get around 50% marks in this, and then based on that they are offered a letter of selection.
So how does one prepare for this aptitude test?
Once they register for SMAT online, we gave them the curriculum. We tell them what kind of practice questions we gave them, so they are exposed to various question banks as well, so they can prepare from that.
All right. And how do you ensure that the curriculum is constantly evolved and aligned with the current trends in the sports industry?
See, we most of our faculties are industry faculties, and that's something that really helps us to stay in touch. And also we are in Mumbai, which is at the kind of heart of sports action always. So the industry trends is something that we regularly follow. The faculties are there. Our corporate relations team is in touch with the industry, so all this helps us to kind of stay uh, at par with what is required in the industry.
Is there anything beyond BSM? So once you have finished your undergrad,
Yeah.
are there any more levels to aspire for?
Of course, there is masters in sports management as well. This is and this both these degrees are under Mumbai University. These are offered under Mumbai University, official Mumbai University degrees with credit points. We also offer a PG course, which is an autonomous course for professionals who are working in the industry and want to switch over to sports management. That's an 11 months short course. It's a fast track course for working professionals.
And what is the duration for BSM and Masters in Sports Management?
BSM is 3+1.
Hmm.
MSM is 2 years, and PG is 11 months.
All right. And all these masters, the UG and PG level courses are provided by your institute?
The degrees,
Yeah, the UG degree and the PG degree,
they are
both are
awarded by
provided.
Mumbai University.
Yeah, but they are provided by the
Oh,
Mumbai
yes, I'm
University.
sorry. I'm sorry. I missed your question. They are provided at IISM.
Yeah.
We have a big campus in Andheri, Marol,
Okay.
which is spread across nearly 35,000 square feet. That's at the heart of the city, and we offer all these courses.
So that's the only campus, or do you have more campuses across India?
So that's the only campus that we have right now.
And what are some other well-known reputed institutes apart from IISM providing bachelor's and master's in sports management in India?
See, we have something like we have an IIM Rohtak, which is offering the masters. Uh, we have uh, uh, we have the places like Symbiosis is offering the master's course. But bachelors, we are the biggest one. We are the largest ones offering bachelors in sports management. I have close to 900 students on the campus this year,
Wow, that's a big number just for sports management.
only for sports management.
All right. So, what kind of career opportunities and job roles do these students get into after completing these degrees?
Uh, See, they get into various job roles, like it can be operations, it can be content management, it can be team management, athlete management, sales and marketing of various leagues. There is you get into as data sports data analyst. Uh, we have the biggest industry which is picking up right now is sports tourism, sports retail, sports fitness. So the avenues are too many. I was really too many.
Can you shed some light on, sports tourism and few of these? If you can, give us what does the job actually entail? What will be a typical working day like for someone who gets into sports tourism, or you mentioned
That's a very
content.
glamorous role you actually asked for. So, very, very glamorous kind of an industry where you really get to travel a lot. Okay, see, sports tourism is, I'm trying to explain it in very simple words. You get people to go and watch events happening across the world. I'm putting it across very simply. Of course, it entails a lot of other details as well. Our students worked on the World Cup that happened in Qatar. Nearly 20-25 of my students were working in the hospitality segment. So they were in charge of the complete crowd which was coming from India to Qatar. So right from their managing their accommodation, managing their travel, managing their entries at the stadiums, handling them at the stadiums, everything was a part of their profile. When they are not into an event, it is basically interacting with the clients, ensuring that the client requirements are understood and met. All this become part of a sports tourism profile.
And in general, how does the day look like for somebody who has, entered into the sports management industry? What does the job entails? Though there are different domains, like you mentioned, under sports management. But if you can broadly explain, the reason for persisting on this question is to make our student and parent community understand that what does the job truly, truly entails.
Okay, let me not tell you what they do throughout the day. Let me tell you how normally how does it go across. One is this is not a 9 to 5 job. So there is nothing like they get into an office, they open their laptop, they sit on the desk. It's not that way. Everything depends upon. Let me tell you for data analyst also. If there is a match, there is no match which is happening, they might have a very quiet day. Okay, they might have a very quiet day. But something like a India England series which is going on right now, their day will start an hour before the match starts, and their day will end 1 hour after the match ends, because they are reporting or they are analyzing the data live during the match hours. Okay, so that's how. So simply put across, you will have to be prepared for uh, odd hour working. Very simple. Don't come to sports management if you're looking at a 9 to 5 job. And this is for everybody. It can be for retail also. See, because retail also, the retail outlets are open till 9:30 in the evening. So again, there can be shifts. Content management also depends upon a particular event. Somebody wants to get into a glamorous event like IPL, then you'll have to work till 2 a.m. in the night. So every person has got a separate set of working hours, separate set of work responsibilities to carry out. So there is no common way that I can describe how a day looks like. But yes, I can tell you the day is extremely interesting.
Yeah, but how do they maintain work-life balance? Because, working at odd hours, erratic schedules, does it take a toll? What is the secret mantra to stay fit, which is fundamental to the
They
job of
have to
sports
see
management?
the events don't happen on a daily basis. It's not 365 days a year, right? So they have this schedule only when the events happen. Otherwise, pretty cool life. But that whatever cool life I'm saying, that needs to be taken into quotes. So everyone, they should not expect that it is the same life daily. But they do maintain. They definitely do maintain when they don't have events.
And how are the pay packages like for at the undergrad level, or do they get easily employed after undergrad level, or is it highly recommended that they go in for their masters as well and then start looking for jobs?
In the current scenario, having experience and then going in for masters definitely does matter. That's my personal opinion. So if you have your bachelor's, work for a couple of years, and then you go for masters, that will definitely help you understanding how the things work. I have a placement ratio of around 72 to 75% in both bachelor's as well as masters, and I feel that's definitely a good ratio out here. And I never discuss pay packages, because pay package depends upon how you are able to perform actually at the interview, how you are able to sell yourself, how are you are able to convince the person what you're worth of. I really have very high pay packages that my students have been offered. But if you check anywhere my websites, we check my ads everywhere, we never speak about pay packages. But trust me, they are really very good. If you stay in this industry, maybe a year or two, you'll have to work hard. But post that 2 years, 3 years, trust me, you will really make good money.
All right. And what is the fee structure like for these UG and PG level courses or programs offered by IISM?
My UG comes to approximately 8.5 lakh rupees for 3 years, and masters comes to 9 lakh rupees for 2 years.
Do you also offer some scholarships or financial aid?
Yes, there is no discount per se, but there are scholarships which are available. There are various criteria based on which we offer the scholarships, and the scholarships are only for EBC candidates. There is no other discount or scholarship, but only for EBC. That too because we have tied up with various organizations who offer these scholarships.
All right. And are there any professional certifications that can add value in the field of sports management?
Yeah, we all ourselves offer course in sports marketing, sports psychology. They do help the profession. They definitely do help. There are Udemy offers few courses, but ultimately sports management is a subject which you need to learn in class, because the practical experiences do help.
Correct. And do you have any top of the mind, good colleges or universities offering these sports management courses outside of India that are worth exploring?
Labra is good. Sheffield is good. You have good universities in Australia. But if you want to come back to India, I very strongly advocate study in India.
And why is that?
I don't like this word, but it's your return of calculate your return of investment, because you're going to spend quite a lot of money. I don't want to name the amount. Going to spend good amount of money when you go abroad,
Correct.
and if you're not going to get a visa to continue your job out there, ultimately you're going to come and stay back in India. And in India, nobody is going to give you a preference just because you have studied abroad.
Okay.
Your Indian experience during the internship will value more than your experience abroad.
Okay. And how difficult it is to find a job abroad in sports management. Of course, sports industry is booming across the globe. And India is just at the helm of sports now, like you so rightly pointed out, from watching to actually playing the sport now. So, how difficult it is, to find such jobs.
Very difficult. See, why will they employ somebody from outside the country by sponsoring a visa when they have enough manpower available with them? It's a very straight question. In our case, also in India, also you will need somebody with more of an India experience. So they will also need somebody with that experience out there. And so currently, the things are pretty tough out there. Not that it is extremely tough, or not everybody gets a job, but things are pretty tough. So my heart actually pains when you see the student coming back to India and then trying to find a job. So you have a loan of 40-45 lakhs on your head, and you're trying to match that with an Indian salary.
Yeah.
So I
That.
always tell student, you get married, and the time when you have to buy a house and you have to take a loan, you're still repaying the education loan.
Yeah. Correct. So, what inspired you to lead IISM? And in what ways is your institute contributing to the growth of this Indian sports ecosystem?
I see. I'm here for last 7 years, and the main reason was my love for sports. I got an opportunity to be a part of ISM, and I jumped to it. I'm into education industry for last nearly 30 years, so I love the education industry. So I grabbed this opportunity with both hands when it came to me, and I'm really enjoying this now. As far as ISM goes, ISM has been doing really phenomenal work. Apart from being the winner of the Rashtriya Khel Protsahan Puraskar under the able leadership of our founder Mr. Nilesh Kulkarni, who also happens to be ex-Indian cricketer, Mumbai captain, Mumbai Ranji captain. We are doing some really great work. We are always a part of the national games. We are a part of the Khelo India games. I have more than 3,000 students, our alumni, who are out there in the industry making us proud. It is really a very proud thing when you go to a particular event or you go to a particular company and you happen to see your alumni is out there. So I think that's something which really is making ISM proud, and I think that's some small contribution that's been done from our side.
So ISM is still a pioneer in providing undergrad degree in sports management, and it's kind of holding the fort high in India.
Yeah, I undergrad as well as postgrad. We have both the degrees. I said both the degrees. Yes,
But like you mentioned, for postgrad, there are still one or two off institutes
yes,
here and there.
yeah,
But for bachelor's, it's just IISM.
that's right.
Okay. And how can students build a network, in the sports industry?
See, when they go out for this volunteering opportunities, internship opportunities, they come across a lot of people. The industry is pretty small, and that's how the network grows. They're working with, let's say they go to something like a Tata Marathon, for example. You get across people from various different industries coming out there. They get to kind of meet them, they get to kind of talk to them. That's how, with each every volunteering opportunity, they get to develop their network. Apart from that, of course, we help them having their classes, especially on having how to handle LinkedIn, because that's a very big networking tool. So there are different ways. There are different ways on how we teach students, and ultimately, in this industry, your network counts.
And you are a PhD in marketing.
I'm
So,
doing. I'm not done. I'm still doing it. I'm still on my last 1 year left now.
okay. So, what is the significance, you would say, marketing and business management holds in the sports management industry?
See, marketing and business development is ultimately the backbone of any industry in this world. Any industry, you need people who will handle this part, because no matter what you develop, you have to sell it. So ultimately, whether it's an event, whether it's a product, you are going to need people who are going to handle this. So I feel that there is a big scope. Students can make a lot of money out of this. Students are making a lot of money out of this, and if somebody is interested, they should take up sales marketing in sports. It's very interesting. It's really very interesting.
So, do you have different functions under sports management as well? Like there's marketing division, then there's finance division, then there's HR division, then there's operations division.
Finance and HR are not yet that strongly developed. They are still common in sports management. But yes, your sales, marketing, content development, your data analyst, this divisions, these departments are pretty strongly developed.
Okay, so these are the three main prominent departments.
Operations as well.
Okay, all right. And is this a sustainable long-term career path, you would say?
I am a student who are there in the industry for last 15 years. So of course,
Okay. Because the kind of zest, zeal, enthusiasm you require to, be successful in the job of sports management, do you think it is possible to, keep up with that spirit even in the fag end of your retirement or in your twilight years, as they say?
see, India is heading towards very big in sports. Okay, lots of everybody's talking about 2036 Olympics. So we are on a threshold of something big happening in the country. Students who take up sports management right now will be a part of that history which is going to be written, and that will set their course for forever. See, I'm not saying that whatever they are doing right now, let's say they are getting into operations right now, they will stick to operations. Of course, there are jumps which happen in your career. Okay, I started something at a smaller role. I'm at a very different role right now. So the role changes will definitely happen, but they will happen to somebody right now in a growing industry. The graph is at an upward stretch right now. The graph is just going up, and being a part of that will add value to your experience, and that's where will take you to places.
So, do you foresee this graph going upwards from now on, that India is no longer behind in sports anymore as much as it used to be earlier?
See, when I was in my school, when the Olympics used to happen, that time we never even used to read the medal tally because we know that India will never feature there. What is the stage right now? Now everybody looks forward to seeing India on that medal tally. I think that's a very significant change that has been already, brought in into the Indian sports ecosystem. If you are talking about 2036, so that means you're still talking from 11 years from now. So the graph definitely has to grow up at least till 2036. It will grow post that also, because there are a lot of things which will happen post that. But then 11 years is a long time. And of course, see, any industry will grow up, there will be a plateau, and then it has to naturally dip down. But that's still long time from now.
So, do you think government is doing enough to create a robust sports infra in India?
Oh yes, oh yes. The amount of investments which the government 3,000 plus crores pumped into sports industry, that's a massive amount. That's a massive number.
Do you
With
think it
the
is more concentrated to cricket even now?
No, not at all. Government does not contribute a single rupee to cricket. All that 3,000 close to 4,000 crores goes into development of your Khelo India centers, goes into development of your para centers. Completely, they don't, not a single rupee goes into cricket. Cricket, BCCI survives on its own, and I think 4,000 crores is not a small amount.
See, every profession has its own rewards and challenges.
Yep.
You have been in this industry for several years now. So, what are some of the rewards and challenges that a student or a professional must be prepared to deal with and cope with, when they uh, join this profession?
Okay, let me tell you the challenges. Rewards to anybody can easily come up with. See, I mentioned some time back. It's not a 9 to 5 job. It's not a 9 to 5 job. The first couple of years can be very hard, can be very rigorous. Okay, you need to work in group, you need to work single-handedly, you need to know everything, you really need to be, many times you have to be jack of all the trades out here in this industry, because when you are there, let's say you are actually working on an event day, you need to really be there every time. Maybe you will get to rest very less right now, but you have to be prepared for that. But end reward is extremely satisfying, because you have been a part of a successful event which has happened, you have been a part of a successful deal which has happened, you're there to, it's a tangible success, I can say. And that's also rewarding for you, that's really rewarding for you. But please, it's not a 9 to 5 job. I keep on telling all my students, if you're looking at a 9 to 5 job, definitely this is not for you.
And are there any difference in opportunities for men and women in this industry?
Luckily, no, everybody is considered at par. And see, when I joined few years back, we had close to 5 to 7% of our student population who were girls. Around 5 7 years back. Currently, if I'm not mistaken, I have close to 20 to 23% girls in the college, and I think that's a pretty high rise in the numbers.
And how do you envision the future of sports management as a career in India as well as globally?
I'll speak about India globally. It is already growing. It is already set in India. With the expectation of 2036 Olympics, it's really going to go up. So people can, really be a part of the industry right now to take advantage of what is going to come in next decade.
All right. So before we wrap up, if there is one piece of advice that you can give to a student, who aspires or is exploring this field of sports management, but is not sure where to start and how to start, what would that be?
Sports is growing. Sports is growing. Sports is already on an upward trajectory right now in India. be a part of the industry which is promising, where the government is also investing, and if you are passionate about sports, please don't miss this. Please don't miss this opportunity. Be a part of this industry.
And how does one decide whether their interest lies more towards sports science or sports management?
Oh, that's they will tell you, because sports management and sports science are entirely different from each other. And normally, a student who gives his NEET is the one who will be inclined towards sports science.
All right. And sports management, like you said, is largely open across the streams.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And it can be a very fulfilling, sustainable, promising career, standalone, just like other careers that we usually talk about. Sports management is still not as heard of, or is not too much spoken about, at
Yeah.
least in the parent circle and the student circle that we usually come across.
See, my experience is the students are at least aware about what is sports management, but it's the parents who still are not very confident about how exactly it will shape up. So many times when I conduct seminars in my college also, we find that most of our participants are parents. So yes, we would like to, if at all they want to connect with us, want to know more about it, we'll be more than happy to talk to the parents, to the students, and guide them accordingly.
But how do you dispel those doubts? Like, I'm
We
sure
give them
in my
actual
parent
examples.
community, sorry.
Actual examples. We get them to meet our students. See, we are pretty transparent in the way that we operate. So they get to meet our students, they interact with our students. Many times when I conduct seminars across cities, my team goes out. I ensure that there are some local students who also join the seminar. And because of that, they are able to talk to the students and get their doubts cleared.
I think one of the concern that parents have is that this field or profession is more for those students who are not academically inclined or who don't perform very well academically. What would you say to that?
My curriculum is not an easy curriculum. If they're thinking that they join sports management and they will clear it, no. It has got subjects as good as what you have in BBA. So here also they have to come and study. But only thing is that whatever they are studying is oriented more towards sports, right? So it's not that they will not study. In fact, I have students after doing my course. There are two students who are opted for IAS examination. There are two of them who have got into IIMs. So it's not that the career side also remains restricted only to sports management. So they did sports management because it was their passion. They worked in the industry and they got into some other industry as well. And
Right.
also, we had a dentist who came after doing his BDS practice for 2 years, then came and did his masters, and now he's working in sports management.
Yeah, I mean, there are always multiple career pathways that you can create for yourself when you know in which direction you really want to go.
This sports management is extremely satisfying career.
Great. That's so good to know that, it's a very promising new age career. And we would want our students and parent community to really explore it sincerely if they have a true passion for sports.
I get students across the country. The reason that we have one campus is because we wish to maintain the quality of the education that is provided. I get students practically from all states of the country.
I hope IISM grows exponentially in the years to come, and we witness more branches of IISM across India.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
And thank you so much for your valuable inputs into the future of sports management. I'm sure which is going to immensely help our community.
I hope so. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe to our channel if you want to hear more such in depth conversations on new and promising careers. I'm Ruchika signing off on behalf of No Herd Mentality.